Sponsored by PokerStars.com.
It's the dream of poker pro and amateur alike to win an EPT event.
Is the champion.
In 6 seasons, the PokerStars.com European Poker Tour has crowned 55 champions and paid out over 156 million euros in prize money to become the largest poker tour on the planet. And there's more up for grabs in San Remo this week as the remaining players duel for the title every player wants.
How do you call the third of it? I mean, what do you...
We're on the hunt for our first ever 2-time winner here in San Remo. Denmark's Alan Bakker is 7th in chips, and in our last programme, former Baden champ Tanduk Win exited in 18th. So it's up to Alan now.
My dream has always been to be the first player to win 2 EPTs.
Well, we'll see, Alan. We'll see. Welcome to picturesque San Remo, where the largest ever starting field in the history of European poker has been reduced to just 16 players. With a top prize of €1,250,000 and Italian passion infected in everybody, this is one you don't want to miss. It attracted more players than we have ever seen on the EPT before. In fact, it's the largest ever field for a poker tournament in Europe. 1,240 players entered the event, creating a prize pool of over 6 million. The winner here will take away a staggering 1.2 million euros. And our chip leader, with 16 players remaining, is online qualifier Michael Piper from London.
This is leagues away, miles away from any other poker I've played before. It's higher level, higher buy-in, more players, so I'm pretty excited to be competing at this stage.
Hot on his heels is Liv Barry, and the two have history.
It's really weird, we actually went to university together. Before either one of us was into poker, it's so weird. We both did physics at Manchester at the same time. Like, oh, what are you doing here?
But all eyes are on the Russian, Alexei Rybin. He's a bit of a live wire.
I can show you 1 for free and 2 for chips.
And he's feeling confident.
1,240 people on EPT. First tournament for me and 15 players. Now, of course I can win.
But Alexei should beware. The man to his right, Ramon Demon Cesari, is on a roll, having knocked out 2 players in the last 10 hands.
That counts. 9, 9, ace. It's a 7. So please give a nice round of applause for Paul.
16 players remain. Your commentators are William Reynolds and James Hartigan.
The blinds are 25 and 50,000. We have an outer table with 8 players, a feature table with 8 players, and when we lose 8 players, we'll have our final table. Getting ever closer. All these guys eyeing the top money that'll be paid out, including that first prize of 1.25 million. This guy is certainly playing for the win. The Russian Alexei Rybin. And he's raising up with ace-10.
120,000 to go.
Ace-queen.
Another young Swede with a better ace and position in this hand. Rybin staring him down.
Just a call from Carlson. I expected a re-raise there, William.
I think his call is okay. He has 45 big blinds. If he 3-bets, he doesn't want to be faced with a 4-bet at this stage in the tournament. So he's elected to take a flop in position and maybe let the blinds come along with worse hands.
Oh, his fellow countryman Eric Tams in the small blind with small suited connectors. He has made the call. And Ramon Cesari in the big blind is thinking, any 2. I'm getting a great price, quite frankly. He'd always squeeze, of course.
Squeezing it out slowly, a king and a 3.
He squeezes his cards. Does he squeeze the bet? No, he just makes the call, and Alexei Rybin's thinking, I get no respect.
4-way to the flop.
Wow. All clubs. The flush for Cesare.
Check.
Carlsen with the queen of clubs. Might think his club draw is good.
Now Cesare's slow playing this flop flush. And it looks like it's going to check through on him. Tam might try to represent something here. He has a 6. Everybody's checked through. He's only worried about the big blind. This would be a good spot for him to put out a bet.
250,000.
And he does just that, half pot again. But Cesare isn't going anywhere with this king-high flush. Now he's thinking, should I just call and see a river, or does this guy have an 8, and will he always call my re-raise?
How worried should he be about one of these 3 players having the ace of clubs?
That's always a part of one of these players' ranges, but as long as another club doesn't drop, I think he's going to be really confident in his king-high flush.
Well, with the gut shot straight draw and the 10-high club draw, Alexi's coming along for the ride as well. Tam doesn't get there on the river. Reben doesn't get there. Can Cesare get any kind of bet paid off? I guess not. Just got to hope that one of these guys takes a stab at it, I guess.
With 1.3 million in there, there's a lot of chips to be won. Tam doesn't want to seem to let this go.
Tam does take a stab. He bets more than $500,000.
And now Cesare's thinking, can I get value from a worst hand if I raise? Or would it be more profitable to just call and maybe have Reben come along with some type of value hand he could be holding? He could potentially raise it to like 1.3 million and get another 800,000 from Tam if he has a value hand, or maybe Reben comes along.
Well, after careful consideration, he has decided to just make the call. Reben mucks. Tam will show the busted straight draw. And the king-high flush is good. I think it's fair to say that Cesare got the maximum out of that one, William.
Yes, I like the way he played it. He was very sneaky on the flop. He just checked it through, and then he let the small blind bet out twice. Maximized his value, and the call on the river was great.
And he now has a stack of nearly 4 million in chips.
Welcome back to San Remo and the PokerStars.com European Poker Tour. We were at 16, we are now down to 15. Chip leader Michael Piper has just eliminated Germany's Mohsen Tafer. He takes 16th for €35,000. And this is how the top 8 look right now. Michael Piper has extended his lead, Liv Boeri holding on tightly to second. Cesare is hot on her heels though. Bacca still on track to make the final.
So the 2 Brits out in front, Ramon Cesare, the chip leader at our feature table. There is the outer table featuring Liv Boeri and Michael Piper. This is Per Linda, one of 3 Swedes left in the tournament.
Grabbing some chips.
Raising it up with the ace-king. Makes it 120,000. Claudio Pachechi. Italian has queen 10 offsuit. And seemingly has a decision.
He passes the hand in position over to the button.
Ace 10 for another Swede, Erik Tam. He does not look like he's going to fold.
Looks like Tam's debating a 3-bet or a smooth call.
Remember, the orange chips are worth 25,000 each. So it is a 3-bet. He's re-raised it to 300,000 total. Junk hand for Cesare on the button. And say goodbye to both of the blinds. Back to Linda.
Now Linde only starting this hand with 50 big blinds. He should be putting in another re-raise. Let's see if he elects to 4-bet and call it off or just move all in.
It's the all-in. An immediate reaction of disgust from Eric Tam.
Tam can't be too happy with this. This is a lot of chips. Maybe a little too many chips.
Another 1.9 million to call. And as we can see from the percentages, he is absolutely crushed. He makes the correct fold. And Linda wins a pot with more than 400,000 in it. So we are down to 2 tables here in San Remo. When the tournament began, there were 150 tables. And on day 1 of a tournament, it is crucial where you end up sitting.
Table 19, seat 1. Let's go.
The seat draw in a tournament like the EPT works with a computer system. We put all the names into the system. As we're taking the buy-ins and the entries, these seats are allocated to the players.
Well, it's very important, I think, a seat draw, especially on the later stages of the tournament.
You can have a very strong table, or you can